knock him down on the road to Damascus. You understand me? And him have a change of heart. In other words, instead of him have a carnal heart, him have a spiritual heart. In other words, him have a carnal mind, him have a spiritual mind now. And so when I used to serve sin, I serve sin to the fullest. But now Yahweh and Yahshua appear to me, I serve Yahshua to the fullest. Think about this, I serve Yahshua to the fullest. Read.
Do I speak with the tongues of men of angels?
Paul said, do I speak the tongues of men of angels? So Paul was called to the third heaven. And I hear words spoken that is unlawfully spoken by a man. You understand me? But the Holy Spirit can't speak it. You understand me? But guess what happened now? Because of that love and in the road to Damascus. You understand? Yahweh make him have a change of heart. You understand? Now he must preach a gospel. The one who is persecuted, guess what? He must preach a true gospel. Read.
I am become a sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal.
Yeah.
And do I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge?
Yeah.
And do I have all three?
Yeah.
So that I could remove mountains and have nothing.
And have not. Yahshua the Messiah.
Yes.
It profited nothing. You understand me? So love is kind. Yes. You understand me? Love suffered all, endure all things. You understand? Get the last three verses. Because read.
1 Corinthians 13.
Yeah.
Verse 11.
Yeah.
When I was a child.
Yes, when I was a child, I stayed like a child. You understand? You're supposed to be growing up now in school. Read.
I understood as a child.
Yeah.
I thought as a child.
Yeah.
But when I became a man, I put away childish.
Put away childish things.
For now we see through a glass darkly.
Yeah.
But then face to face.
Yeah.
Now I know in part.
Yeah.
But then shall I know even as also I know.
Yeah.
And now abideth faith.
Now abideth faith.
Hope. Love, who is Yahshua the Messiah.
Yeah.
These three.
But the greatest of these.
Greatest of these
is
Yahshua.
Is love. Him said that but really be Yahshua in you. That's the greatest thing. That's what I'm saying at the other verse. Him said walk in love and walk in Yahshua in the Messiah. Because you won't walk in darkness. And said him so you know you pass from death unto life. Is when you love the brethren. And when you talk about read the whole book and read what Paul is saying, or you will speak through Paul, he must talk about love the brethren. You understand me? And that's what you must endeavor to do, is love the brethren. And when you love the brethren, you love Yahshua the Messiah. If you love Yahshua the Messiah, you love the brethren. Most of all love Yahshua the Messiah. And if you love him, you do things that tell him to do. You understand me?
1 John 3:14.
1 John 3 and 1.
1 John 3 and 1.
1. What manner of love is this? You are robbers. Each and about 34 dead colors. Yeah?
What?
Behold, look.
What manner of love?
What manner of love is this? After experience of love, yeah? On a love like when it's a different type of love. You understand me? This is Yahshua and you. I produce that love through you. Read?
Yes. Behold, what manner of love the Father has bestowed upon us?
Yes.
That we should be called the sons
we should
of
be called the
Yahweh.
sons. Not Christian, we should be called the sons of Yahweh.
Therefore the world.
And because the world don't know. Read.
Because it knew him not.
Read.
Beloved, now are we the sons of Yahweh.
Now are we the sons of Yahweh.
And it does not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him.
I like when Father put out whatever, so we shall appear, but I appear without him. He would appear without us. He not appear without the sons. Because we will appear with him, taking fame and vengeance and them that know that the gospel and obey that the gospel of Yahshua the Messiah. That's where we will appear with him. You understand? Romans that, then Colossians.
Oh, we shall see him as he is.
Yeah, Romans 8 and 34, I think.
There is therefore
yes.
no
that's
condemnation.
The first verse. No condemnation in Yahshua the Messiah.
Romans 8 verse 1.
Not after the flesh, but after the spirit.
It says,
yeah.
For there is therefore no.
Yes, that. Get
35.
35. Yeah.
Alright. Verse 35. It says,
Who shall separate us?
Who shall? And what shall separate us from the love of Yahweh?
From the love of Yahweh.
Yeah. Which is in Yahshua. This is where the love is? In Yahshua the Messiah.
Shall tribulation.
So if you have some tribulation to separate you.
Or stress.
Or stress.
Or persecution.
Yeah.
Or famine.
Famine.
Or nakedness.
Yeah.
Or peril.
Yeah.
Or sword. As it is written, for thy sake we're killed in love.
Yeah.
We are counted as sheep for the slaughter.
Yes.
Nay, in all these things,
We are more than conquerors.
we are more than conquerors
True.
that loved us.
True. Yahshua the Messiah that love us.
For I am persuaded.
Because are you Say, I am persuaded.
that neither death
That neither death
nor life
nor life. Because when
nor
I
angels.
when our son take off the flesh, that kind of somebody are going at the casket. But guess what?
Okay.
The love of Yahshua the Messiah and the soul is under the altar saying, "Oh, long, oh, long." Read.
Nor angels, nor principalities,
Yes.
nor powers,
Yeah.
nor things present,
Yeah.
nor things to come,
Yeah.
nor height, nor depth,
Yeah.
nor any other creature
Can be able to separate us from
the
Yahshua
love
the
of
Messiah.
Yahweh.
From the love
Which
of
is in
Yahshua
Yahshua
the
the
Messiah.
Messiah.
And Yahshua the Messiah's power, don't you? You know, one time in Colossians 1:20, you know, you have one time Yahshua, I walk. You understand? Some people are crying. Remember this, you understand me? And some people are crying, are weep. You know, people die. They love one die, them are weep. And Yahshua just touch the casket, you see? And the boy just get up. That's what you see. I'm like talking about some power, don't it? Just like we said, Lazarus come forth. The only Yahshua can either you and you the power. You understand me? You understand me? You have to say this. Yahshua is resurrected and will live forever. You understand me? That's the love Yahweh give us. You understand that Yahshua loves us? You understand? And true sons love the brethren. You understand me? And the brethren love them. Now, if you learn anything, give all praise to Yahweh and Yahshua. All praise go to Yahweh and Yahshua. Hallelujah.
Good evening once more, class.
Good afternoon.
Our final speaker for this evening class will be the Dean of the Spanish branch, Dr. Donna.
Good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon.
And I must indeed welcome you to another scriptural lecture given to you by the Institute of Divine Metaphysical Research Incorporated. We are a school and we are not a church. And in this school, we go about showing proof of the existence of Yahweh, Elohim, and His Son, Yahshua the Messiah. I must endorse the previous speaker expounding upon the love of Yahshua. And the love of Yahshua passeth knowledge. And just like when we go out in the world to teach this great divine vision and revelation, or in class to share this love, to tell people about Yahweh, Elohim, Yahshua, that's the aim. And he says, the first aim is to help you find and know Yahweh, our Elohim, as he really is and as he actually exists. And he has 9 divine principal attributes of intelligence, wisdom, knowledge, love, beauty, justice, foundation, power, and strength. So love is one of the attributes of Yahweh, because the devil is void of love. The love that the devil is claiming to manifesting is a hypocritical love. And just like when they go out here to tell some people about the true story of Yahshua, they claim that they are not religious, but yet they have taken a side already by their reaction. Or their action. It has proven that they have taken a side. And they don't want to hear the full matter. Say, no, that is a trait of the devil. Because when we come to present Yahweh, Elohim, Yahshua, and you can read it in Matthew 23, verse 28 and 29. They are hypocrites. From their manifestation, I am not religious. I don't want to hear anything about religion. And they say that they're promoting something else. So how you don't want to hear anything and you have taken a side? You're not religious, but you are manifesting that you are taking side with Jesus. It shows that you are a hypocrite. And you can see the emotion in them that they have already concluded and come to an agreement that they have taken a side. Yet, their mouth is saying something, but their action is showing something else. So if you want to listen, you have to listen to both sides. Isn't that so? You have to listen to the full story. And that's the thing about Yahshua. That's the reason why Yahweh says, to the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, who is Yahweh, Elohim, Yahshua, it's because there's no light in them. Because he's not listening to half a story, I'll tell you half of the story. He's telling the full story. From the beginning of the book to the end of the book. He's telling the whole purpose unto salvation. And by the emotion, you can see that they have made a foregone conclusion. Read, please.
Matthew chapter
Yes.
23, verse 27 and onwards.
And then John 21:15. Read.
Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites!
He said, woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, all hypocrites.
For ye are like unto whited sepulchres,
You're like unto white walls sepulchres.
which indeed appear beautiful outward,
And that's why if you look at the churches, looking carnally at them, and looking at the outward physical geographical manifestation, it looks beautiful. But everything that they're promoting is death, lies and hypocrisy. They're building their foundation on lies. Because the first thing they tell you when you go to church and it's sheer hate they're promoting. Because they're denying that Yahweh Elohim Yahshua is the Savior, and they deny the power of Yahshua's resurrection. And if it's in the IDMR or in the world, and they have denied Yahweh Elohim Yahshua, then the penalty for that is death. And just like a blasphemy name back here in Exodus the 20th chapter, he said if you take the name in vain, and if you take the name Yahweh Elohim Yahshua in vain, and the people in the world, when they go to the pastors who are in pastors, when they go to a theological seminar to be trained, they were told that the true name is Yahweh Elohim Yahshua, and they deny it. Read. So they are hypocrites.
yes. For ye are like unto whited sepulchres,
You are like a white wall sepulchre. You fix the outside, just what you can see and your emotion can feel. Read.
which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within
Yes.
full of
So
dead
they package
men.
things and give you. They package lies. And they tell you that Lord God and Jesus Christ is the Savior. And they know that Lord God and Jesus Christ is man-made. These names and titles were made at the Council of Nicaea, where they came to an agreement and they voted that they are not going to use the true name Yahweh Elohim Yahshua anymore. And just like in Acts the 5th chapter, when they meet the disciples and the apostles, and said that they should not preach in the name Yahweh Elohim Yahshua. Read.
Yes. Matthew
So they are
22,
hypocrites.
Matthew 22:27 continuing.
Yes.
But are within
Are
full of
within.
dead men's bones,
They're full of dead man bones and dead
and of
souls.
all uncleanness.
So they're full of vomit. All their tails are full of vomit. Read. And they're promoting a law that was expired for 2,000 years. Dead bread. There's no resurrection under this old covenant. Because Yahshua, you find out that he was born of a woman born under the law according to Galatians 4:4 to redeem them that were under the law. And without the shedding of Yahshua's blood, there is no remission of sin. Yahshua's blood must be shed for any man to have forgiveness of sin. Read.
Isaiah
Yes.
28 verse 8.
Just finish that.
Verse 28 though of Matthew 23.
Yes.
Even so,
Yes.
ye also outwardly appear righteous.
So some people, they outwardly really appear as if they are righteous. But they use Yahshua's name as a shield to manifest unrighteousness. They just come to you and say, Yahshua, Yahshua, man. But their manifestation is showing otherwise. They only say that out of their mouth. So that's why it says, many draw near with their mouth. But their manifestation shows that it's a different thing. That's why Yahweh says, He, Yahweh, is the discerner of the heart. And the intent, it is the intent enough. It is the intent He's charging us for the intent. I can step on a man too, yes, but it is the intent. And the scripture lesson spoke about offense. But you have the offender and the offended. Examine yourself. Are you the offender or the offended? And you have people telling us that it's not required anymore to use Yahweh Elohim Yahshua. But Yahweh in Isaiah 63:16, which I want it in that order when you're finished.
Yes.
They are hypocrites. People know the very same thing that the true name is Yahweh Elohim Yahshua, but they pretend. Just like how some people know that some persons are very evil and denying Yahshua and pretend as if they don't know. Read.
Yes. It says, but are full of hypocrisy.
They are full of
But
hypocrisy.
within ye are full of hypocrisy.
And some people hear
and
people
iniquity.
promoting other things than Yahweh Elohim and just sit and just take it. That's hypocrisy.
Woe unto you,
Woe unto them. Woe means great tribulation. Read.
scribes and
The
Pharisees,
scribes and the Pharisees,
hypocrites,
they are hypocrites.
because he built the tombs of the prophets
They
and
built it.
garnished the sepulchres of the righteous.
Yes,
And
all right.
say, all right.
All right, thanks, God. So Yahweh is a discerner. A man can hide from a man, and a man can give you a story here and present and pretend.
Yeah.
But Yahshua is a discerner of the heart and the intent. And he's going to give you your reward accordingly. You cannot hide from the Creator. You can fool men.
Yeah.
But you cannot fool Yahweh. You cannot fool those with the Holy Spirit in them. You understand? They try to impose strange idols. Try to offer strange sacrifice upon the altar. Alright.
Isaiah 62 verse 16,
Doubtless.
Thou art our Father.
Thou art our Father.
Though Abraham be ignorant of us,
Though Abraham be ignorant of us,
and Israel acknowledge us not,
and Israel acknowledge us not.
thou, O Yahweh, art our Father,
Thou, O Yahweh, art our Father,
our Redeemer.
our Redeemer.
Thy name is from everlasting.
And that's why Exodus 3:15, Yahweh's name is from everlasting. Now you find out that John 4:24 says that Yahweh is spirit. And they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. When we were out there in the church world, we were told who or what spirit is. When we read Exodus 35 and 3, you find out that spirit is intelligence, knowledge, wisdom, love, beauty, justice, foundation, power, and strength. These 9 divine principal attributes make up spirit. This is spirit. Then spirit condescends from pure spirit, which is Yahweh, to Yahweh Elohim. Then Yahweh Elohim manifested as the Word made flesh, who is Yahshua the Messiah. So when we were out there in the church world, we were told that God is a spirit, and we asked the pastor, who is God? He's just like a dog going around to catch his tail. He said, God is spirit, spirit is God. But it is defined in the scripture that spirit is divine attributes. I didn't even know anything about divine attributes until I came down here in this class. So you find out that when Yahweh appeared to Moses at the burning bush in Exodus 3:15, he revealed his name, and it comes only by revelation. Read Matthew 11, verse 27. Only by revelation. And that's why this is a vision and a revelation that was given to Dr. Henry Clifford Kinley by Yahweh Elohim, Yahshua, in the year 1931. In that vision, Yahweh told Dr. Kinley that the world have erred in the worshiping of their Creator, and they substitute Yahweh for Lord, and in the Bible, and they substituted Elohim, which is the pluralistic title that Yahweh gave to himself. This is the name, this is his title for God. And they substituted the name in Isaiah 62 verse 2. Yahweh says he has given his son a name which the mouth of Yahweh has given. They substituted this name Yahshua for Jesus Christ. And that is one of the worst errors that was made by mankind, to take away the name for salvation. There is no other name that was given amongst men whereby man must be saved, save in the name of Yahshua. There is no salvation in Lord God, Jesus Christ, Allah, Buddha. The one name that has Shua to it, and this is a confirmation, the name that has Shua, which is the word for Savior in Hebrew, is Yahshua, because in Matthew 1:21, when he says, she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahshua, for he shall save his people from their sins. This is the only name when it was given, the definition was given as salvation at the same time. And the word in Hebrew for Savior is Shua. So he is Yahshua, meaning that Yahweh is salvation. He manifested back there as Savior, who was Joshua, who was Yahushua. In Exodus 14:13, you find out that Moses said, stand still and see the salvation of Yahweh. And the salvation of Yahweh at the time back there was Yahushua. And Miriam, he took them through the divided water of the Red Sea after he gave them instruction to take out the land. and kill the lamb, and put the blood upon the two side posts, the upper door post, dipping from a basin, testifying to the death of Yahweh the Messiah, who is the Lamb of Yahweh. They were buried through the dividing water of the Red Sea, testifying to the burial of Yahweh the Messiah. They resurrected the third day in the wilderness of Sinai, testifying to the resurrection of Yahshua on the third day. The precept of blood, water, spirit, fast was also declared, because you find out that they had to put blood upon the two side posts, the upper door post dipping from a basin. So that's blood. The Red Sea is water, and the angel in the cloud is spirit. And they were in the wilderness for 40 years. And then the new birth ascended on over in Canaan's land. So you find out that if you look at how they migrated out of Egypt, it is the same name and the same way. The gospel and the name, that's how you migrate out of spiritual and psychological Egypt. But looking unto Yahshua is the author and the finisher. The Yahushua back here, that's a type. And to prove that he was Savior back there, just like he's Savior today, he has declared the end from the beginning and from ancient times the things which are not yet done. When you read 1 Corinthians 10, 1-4, Exodus 50, Miriam sang the song and say, Yah is our strength and is our song. And he's also become our Savior. That's Yahushua back there. And in Numbers 13, verse 8 and verse 16, he says that the tribe of Ephraim, Oshua, then he says, he called him Oshua, Yahushua, showing forth that he was the son of none, that was the creator in a body. Theologians have argued that he was the creator. They are arguing that he wasn't the creator. He was, because we're teaching a vision and a revelation. And when you read in Exodus there, it says where he was Moses' minister, and he invited him in the mount that he alone should come up in the mount. And to prove that was the creator and about, we have many scriptures that would
24:9 of Exodus.
In Exodus 24 verse 9, verse 13, it says, his minister Yahushua. So he was a savior back there, and he fought the Amalek, the Ishmaelites and the Amalekites and all those ites. 13, read it.
Exodus 24 verse 13.
Yes.
And Moses rose up.
And Moses rose up. He was invited in the mountain. Read.
And his minister.
And his minister. So he's a minister. The Holy Spirit is the minister.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
And Moses went up into the mount of Yahweh Elohim.
And this is the point I want to bring to your attention. When Moses went up in the mount of Yahweh Elohim, that's when he gave him a rerun of the creation. Because he had to be the creator personified in a body. And he came with the same name. He's the author and the finisher. He came as the author in the same name. Yeshua. That's why it's an eternal name. And John the Revelator says, saw an angel flying in the midst of heaven with the everlasting gospel. And really, if it is the gospel, it is the name. To preach them that dwell on the earth. So it's an everlasting name. So when he manifested back there as Yahushua, Miriam sang the song and said, Yah is our strength and our Savior. He has also become our Savior. And he fought, he killed 2 kings on this side of Jordan for Israel. He killed 31 kings on the other side, making a total of 33 kings. Showing for that Yahshua is King of Kings. Yahshua cannot be God or Lord, because he sits in his capacity upon his throne as King and Priest.
Right now.
You never see a king, earthly king has those two titles. A king never sits as King and Priest. He is the only man who sits righteously. King there back there was king and priest of Salem. Melchizedek was that was a type.
That's right.
But Yahshua sits as king and priest upon his throne. You can just imagine. He is the true high priest. He's the one officiated in the greater and more perfect tabernacle. And he said, what know ye not? That your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, and that you are bought with a price. Therefore glorify Yahweh in your body and in your spirit, which are his. So which temple? Who is officiating in now? These temples. 13. These temples.
Right.
These bodies. Read it.
Zechariah chapter 6, verse 13.
Yes.
Even he shall build the temple of Yahweh.
So Yeshua is the one building the temple of Yahweh. And that's why he says, you are lively stones. We are building up a spiritual house. So if you have a house being built, who's the builder? Yeshua the Messiah. A holy priesthood. Read.
And he shall bear the glory,
And he shall bear the glory.
and shall sit and rule upon his throne.
So he shall sit. And that's why when at his crucifixion they took his robe. You know the robe is worn by a priest.
Yeah.
And they put a crown of thorn upon his head, and you know a king wears a crown. So he sits as king and priest. So he said, he shall read.
And shall sit and rule upon his throne.
He shall sit and rule upon his throne.
And he shall be a priest upon his throne.
And he shall be a priest upon his throne.
And the council of peace shall be between them both.
So he's the Prince of Peace. He sits as king and priest upon his throne. So when he invited Moses in the mountain, Joshua transfigured before him. And he gave Moses a rerun of the creation. Now listen this. If Moses didn't have a rerun of the creation, how could Moses write in the beginning? He had a vision. And that's why Habakkuk stood up on his watch and he said, I will see what Yahweh has to say to me. And he said, write the vision, Habakkuk 2:1. And he said, make it plain upon tables of stone. And let him that read it run.
Habakkuk.
So you are looking at the vision. That's right. And you are partaker of this vision. Habakkuk, read.
Habakkuk chapter 2 verses 1 and on.
Yes.
I will stand upon my watch.
He says, I will stand up on my watch.
And set me upon the tongue.
Because Yahweh's spirit so is communicating with the spiritual part of man by vision and revelation. And set me upon a tower. Read.
Habakkuk 2 verse 1.
Yes.
And will watch to see what he will say unto thee.
So he's going to listen to the spirit now speaking. As Job 32:8 says, there is a spirit in man. And Yahweh inspires the spirit. So it is by the inspiration of the Holy Spirit that this inner man exists in righteousness. Read.
And what I shall answer when I am reproved.
Read.
And Yahweh answered me and said,
And Yahweh answered Habakkuk and said,
write the vision.
so the vision is now written. He said, write the vision. When I was out there in the church world, Ellen G. White said she had a vision and she came back in Lord God and as speaking Lord God and Jesus Christ. Obviously she had a delusion. Because the creator is not Lord God and Jesus Christ, he's Yahweh Elohim Yahshua. Right. And he says, let everything that hath breath praise Yahweh. When you breathe, when you inhale, he says Yahweh. When you exhale, he says where? So the breath of life declaring the name Yahweh. When you're about to sneeze, you say Yahshua. Yahshua! Yahshua! You can't breathe, Lord God Jesus Christ. You can't sneeze any of these. Yahweh says, let them bring forth their witnesses. So the vision is written now. Read.
Yes. And make it plain upon tables.
And it is plain upon tables. The systematic arrangement of data in columns and rows. It is plain, the vision is plain. Read.
That he may run that readeth.
That he may, some come and they look and they run away from it, some run into it. Read. And the name of Yahweh is a strong tower. Proverbs 18 verse 10. And the righteous runneth in it and they are saved. So this is the strong tower, so you must run in the name Yahweh. That's right. So that's what Proverbs 10:18 says. Read.
Habakkuk 2 verse 3.
Yes.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
So he said he has appointed a day in which he will judge the world in righteousness by that man who he has a day, that's Yahshua the Messiah. He's the righteous judge. And what he's looking for is the righteousness in us. So he said he has appointed a day, so it is your appointment that you should be here today. Read.
But at the end, it shall speak.
So at the end of the world, it is speaking now.
And not lie.
And has not lied.
Though it tarry.
And don't tarry.
Wait for it.
You might not understand everything the first time you come to class, but they that wait upon the Yahshua shall be renewed in strength. They shall mount up with wings like an eagle. So you read on.
Because
it will surely come. It will not tarry. So you can see clearly. So when Yahushua back there, he manifested that he was the Savior with them. And he saved Israel. When you read Exodus 17 verse 10. With Aaron and Hur. Holding up Aaron and Hur. Holding up Moses. I want it read, that's why I asked for that.
Exodus 17 and 10.
Yes. Exodus. With Aaron and Hur to show the power in the name. And he came in the same name, Yahshua back there. Yahushua back there, meaning that Yahweh will be salvation. And that's why in John 8:56 he says, Abraham prayed to see my day and saw it and was glad. And they took up stone to stone him because they said, this man is not yet 50 years old and have you seen Abraham? But when I read Yahushua 24th chapter, he said, I took your father Abraham from the other side of the flood, in Terah, the father of Abraham. That's where he met him, when he took him from the other side of the flood. And Philip found Nathanael and said, we have found him, of whom Moses in the law and the prophet did write, Yahshua. How could it that be written in John 41 to 45, that the man sitting here was the one back there in Moses and the prophet? And Acts of 1 Corinthians 10. How could it be? And that is in the book of John. He said, Philip findeth Nathanael. Listen carefully to the statement here.
1 Corinthians 10.
To show that he's the one walking down the edge of dispensation to manifest as Savior. Because he died in the body of Timnah Sarah. Look at the name Sarah. He came to the land of Sarah. And the resurrection from that death was when he came to Miriam. And he came back in the same name as Savior. So his role back there was to save. So get me with
Philip findeth Nathanael.
Philip findeth Nathanael.
And said unto him.
And said unto him.
John 1:45.
Yes.
We have found
This
him.
is in the book of John. And the law was written 1500 years before Yahshua came. How can man live for 1500 years? That Philip is saying in the book of John that we have found him.
Of whom Moses in the law and the prophets did write.
Moses and the law and the prophet that was 1500 years before the Yahshua. Isaiah was 700 years before. Moses was 1500 years. And Philip is saying, see the man here. We have found him.
Of whom Moses in the law
Moses in the law
and the prophets
did write.
Yahshua of Nazareth.
And he called him the same name that Moses called him. Yahshua. Never said Jesus. The only place you see Jesus Christ in that book is at the back of the book. So if it was Jesus in the fulfillment, it should have been Jesus in the prophets. And in John 5:46, he said, for had you believed Moses, you would have believed me. For Moses wrote of me. If it was Jesus Christ who made that statement, you would have seen the word Jesus Christ in the writings of Moses. You'll never find Jesus Christ in the writing of Moses. You'll find Yahushua or Oshua. So it is not there. So he said, how would he say, for had you believed Moses, you'd have believed me, for Moses wrote of me.
But if
it was Jesus Christ who made that statement, Jesus Christ would have been there.
True.
So it was Yeshua who made that statement. Because Moses wrote about Yahushua in Numbers 13 verse 8 and verse 16. We don't have to read it. We quoted it already. So Philip findeth the man that was walking 1500 years before. And say, here he is. How could I say Sinan here? That was even how many hundred of years ago. The man said, this is the man that was walking 1500 years before with Moses. Here is he is.
Yahshua of Nazareth.
He is the same man. Yahshua of Nazareth.
The son of Moses.
The son of Yahweh. The same man. He had trodden the wine press alone.
Hallelujah.
And he's the one who has walked down the edge of dispensation. That's why when he was walking here back there in Exodus, Moses saw his back. And then John saw his face. Because he's seen one is seen from the beginning to the end, and one is seen from the end to the beginning. So if I am walking from here, they would see my back. And then he's walking towards John, the Revelator. And John says, he's here. It's like cool and his eyes like fire. Because he's walking down the edge of dispensation. And that the people here was known as Isaiah 63. His own hand brought salvation. Isaiah 63 verse 1. But read the two scriptures that you're holding.
All right.
And then go back to Isaiah 63 verse 1.
One is Exodus chapter 17 verse 10.
Yes.
So Yahushua did as Moses had said to him, and fought with Amalek. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. And it came to pass, when Moses held up his hand, that Israel prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amalek
I
prevailed.
want two persons up here, please.
Exodus 17,
Two persons.
verse 12 continuing. But Moses' hands were heavy, and they took a stone and put it under him. And he sat thereon, and Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands.
So all of my hand. This is making what letter?
Why?
And then you have Aaron and Hur. What that spell?
Yeah.
Y-A-H.
Yeah.
So when Aaron and Hur held up Moses' hand, what happened?
Israel prevailed.
Israel prevailed. And
One
when he let
on
down,
one side,
yes,
And
one
the
on
other-
one side,
and the other on
and
the
the
other.
other on the other side.
and his hands were steady until the going down of the sun.
Yes,
And Joshua discomfited Amalek
and Yeshua discomforted Amalek.
and his people
So he was a savior back there, thank you. And
with
he
the edge
came
of the sword.
with the edge of the sword. He fought them in the name of Yahweh. Because the only fight you can win is in the name of Yahweh and Yahshua. So he held up Yahshua and he prevailed. If you let down Yahweh and Yahshua, you're going to lose. So that's why you have to hold up the name Yahweh Elohim Yahshua. And all who let down Yahweh and Yahshua, they are going to find themselves in the lake of fire. Because you saw it clearly. When the Yah was held up, not Kingly, not Aris, no other name. It's just Yah all the way. Yahweh Elohim Yahshua. So all of the name. He said Israel prevailed. And it's to show that which was is the same man that was fighting in Yah. Philip said, see me here? How can a man live for 1500 years that Philip says the same man we have found? Showing for that his spirit walking down the edge and his spirit just changed his clothes.
That's right.
He divested himself of his glory and took on the form of a servant. And he took on a body down here as it pleased him. Their body is terrestrial and their body is celestial. And he took on a body. And he took out that body of Kevin and Sarah, showing for that he's the Savior coming down with a plan. Because John said he saw him with everlasting gospel. So he came up with a plan for salvation. He executed that plan. He manifested being the Lamb of Yahweh. And that's why he has to be preached by vision and revelation. And to whomsoever he reveals himself. That's what the book says here. So it's by vision and revelation. That's why we have to be preaching this vision and revelation. So the name is Yahweh, who is the Father. Which the Bible translators remove and put a common title, Lord. And we found them guilty because we are trying the case of discrediting the name Yahweh, and the penalty for that is death. Because how could you translate a man's name? It's not supposed to be translated, it should be transliterated from a name to a title. And Lord is one of the commonest titles. The Creator Yahweh is not Lord. Elohim is not God. And Yahshua is not Jesus Christ. This is, when you count the Lord God and Jesus Christ, you get 666, 18 letters, which is the mark of the beast. And we are sure, we have profound knowledge that the Savior is Yahshua. He was Yahshua, who is the same yesterday, he's the same today, and he's the same forever. Just like he was back there yesterday, he was there today, and he's here forever. Down here preaching throughout the age of dispensation of time. So, the name is Yahshua. Alright.
1 Corinthians 10,
Yes.
verse 1.
Yes.
It says, moreover, brethren.
Again, brethren. Read fast, Doc.
Yeah. Moreover, brethren.
He said, again,
not
brethren.
that ye should be ignorant.
We don't want you to be ignorant of the name Yahweh, Elohim, Yahshua. Read.
Oh, that all our fathers were under the cloud,
He said, oh, all our fathers were under the cloud,
and all passed through the sea,
and all passed through the sea.
and were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud
So
and in the sea.
this is where the institution of baptism, they were baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea. Listen, read.
And did all eat the same spiritual meat,
He said they did eat that same spiritual meat,
and did all drink the same spiritual drink.
and they drank of the same spiritual drink, which the same man said in John 7:38. If any man thirst, let him come unto me and drink, and out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. It was the same spirit. And he said, if you don't eat my flesh and drink my blood, you have no part. He says, I am that bread that came down from heaven, that a man may eat thereof shall never die. Because you know, they said they did eat that same spiritual meat, and they drank of that spiritual drink that led them. And he said that rock was the Messiah. What the Messiah doing back there 1500 years before? The Messiah, read it now quickly.
And they all drink the same spiritual drink.
So you see that is a spiritual drink. Job 34:3, the ear tried words, as the mouth tasted meat, your soul eat knowledge. Not the grape juice and crackers offered by Christendom. It is the words of Yahweh that give you eternal life.
Hallelujah.
It says, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of King Yahweh. And it shall man live. He is the sustainer of souls. He is the only sustainer of souls. Yahshua. He is the only man who can resurrect a dead soul. He is the only man who can immortalize your soul. He is the only man who can fertilize your soul. Fertile means to bring forth life. Because all souls appeared dead before him. When he came on the scene in John 11:25, he told them his mission. He said, I am the resurrection and the life. Because all were dead before him. So you must need a resurrector, you must need a savior. So Yahshua is the only savior there is. There's no savior in Isaiah 45. He said, who will you like me unto, Kinley? Dr. Harris. Who will you compare Yahshua to? There's no man. In Isaiah says, of the people, there was none with him. In Isaiah 63. He has trodden the winepress alone. And when John saw him in Revelation, he said he saw him alone. 14 and 6. Who? He saw him and Dr. King and Dr. Harris coming down?
No.
So if one man came down from heaven, he said, no man ever ascended up into heaven.
Except the Son of Man.
Except the Son of Man, who came down from heaven and who is. In Acts 1 and 9. How many ascended in Acts 1 and 9? The purpose of Yahweh is see you. It is finished. And there's no successor to his throne. Because he is not dead. Right. Yahshua is the only king and potentate. And sits as everlasting king over his throne.
Hallelujah.
John 3:13.
He alone they saw going up in Acts 1 and 9. It's clear and simple.
Hallelujah.
It's in Acts 1 and 9, he said he was the only one who ascended. John said he saw him alone, came down. John the Revelator said he saw him. Came down from heaven with everlasting God, flying in the midst of heaven, with everlasting gospel to preach. You want to add Kinley and Harris there?
No.
Yahshua, Kinley and Harris flying from heaven? No, you can't do that. One man came down, one man went back. Right. Don't let anybody fool you. Right. In Acts 1 and 9, he alone went back to heaven.
True.
A bright cloud.
John 3:13.
Read. Acts 1 and 9, read what you have there.
John chapter 3, verse 13.
So that rock was the Messiah. So how could the Messiah be there with them? And how could he be there with them 1500 years before? Sure, for that he's the one who was walking down the age of dispensation. And he came back in the same name. And that's read.
And no man, John chapter 3, verse 13.
Yes.
And no man hath ascended up to heaven.
He said, no man hath ascended up to heaven. Listen now.
But he that came down from heaven.
But he that came down, as John Revelation 14 verse 6. He that came down from heaven.
Even the Son of Man who is in heaven.
How can he came down from heaven and he is in heaven?
Because he is heaven.
Because he is heaven. When he was about to be baptized by John, John said, behold, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. In Matthew 3rd chapter. Then he said, then cometh Yahshua. The kingdom of heaven is at hand, near.
Right.
This thing is great. Yahshua the Messiah is the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
No one have ascended into heaven. But who came down from heaven, him the Son of Man, who is standing heaven, standing on earth.
Hallelujah.
No heaven standing in earth.
That's right.
Hallelujah.
He didn't say him the Son of Man who's going to heaven.
No.
You think they can be compared? You think they're mortals? All men are mortals. Every man that is born of a woman except Yahshua. Because he was born of Yahweh, his parent, but manifested through Miriam.
Right.
He was made of the seed of David according to the flesh, but declared to be the son of Yahweh with power by the resurrection from the dead.
That's it.
He was the Word made flesh. That's why in Hebrews 10 and 5 he said, but a body thou hast prepared. That was a special prepared body. Special prepared body. That body that Yahshua had wasn't a body from Miriam's egg and Joseph's sperm. That was the Word made flesh. And no man has ever manifested that. Yahshua the Messiah is the only king and potentate, the only begotten of the Father. He alone came out directly from Yahweh. That's why it says, no man cometh to the Father but by me, Yahshua. Because he alone came out. He would have said, no man cometh to the Father but me and Kimley and Harris. He would have said it. He said, no man cometh to the Father but by me, Yahshua. Because he was the only one who came out, that's why he is the only begotten. He only who had immortality dwelling in the light, which no man can approach to. So you see that he is Yahshua. He is King Yahshua. Read, please.
It says, you have asked for it now. Matthew 11:27.
Yes.
All things are delivered unto me of my Father.
He said, all things are delivered unto me of my Father. Yahshua.
And no man knoweth the Son,
He said, no man knoweth the Son,
but the Father.
but the Father.
Neither knoweth any man the Father,
Neither, listen, neither knoweth any man the Father,
save the Son,
save the Son,
and he to whomsoever the Son will reveal him.
to whomsoever he reveals him. So Yahshua is the only one who knows the Father.
Right.
And to whomsoever Yahshua revealed him to. It's clear in the book. No man knoweth the Father but Yahshua, because he's the only begotten of the Father. That's why he says, I am the door. He says, I am the way. No man cometh to the Father but by me. And somebody else. No, he never said that. He says, no man cometh to the Father but by me. So all who believe that in another Savior, that's why the book says, if any man preach any other gospel, whether it be the gospel of Harris or the gospel of Kinley, any other gospel than the gospel of Yahshua, let him be accursed. One gospel, one name, one Savior, one baptism.
Right.
That is in Yahshua the Messiah, by one Spirit. Are we all baptized into one body? Whether we Jews or Gentiles, be bond or free, and have made to drink of one Spirit. So we are drinking of this Spirit, and the one Spirit is Yahshua the Messiah, the only resurrection and the resurrector of dead soul. That's why he said he is the resurrection and the life.
That's it.
Alright, what you holding there now?
I marvel that
Yes.
ye are so soon removed from him
Yes.
that called you into the grace of Yahshua the Messiah unto another gospel.
Unto another, they have moved unto another gospel.
Galatians 1:7.
Yes,
Which is not another.
which is not another.
But there be some that trouble you
Yes,
and would pervert the gospel of Yahshua the Messiah.
and will pervert the gospel of Yahshua the Messiah.
Galatians 1:8.
Yes,
But though we or an angel from
he
heaven
said, no, we are an angel from heaven.
preach any other gospel unto you
Preach
than
any
that,
other gospel than death, burial, resurrection, ascension, blood, water, spirit, forth in the name of Yahshua. Any man come with any other name than the name of Yahshua,
than that which we have preached
than that
unto
we
you,
have preached unto you.
let him be accursed.
He is a curse. They are all cursed. Read.
Galatians 1:9.
Yes,
As we said before,
as we said before.
so say I now again.
Yes, it is so important that he repeated it. Read.
If any man
If any man
preach any other gospel unto you
preach any other gospel unto you
than that ye have received,
than that he have received,
let him be
so
accursed.
any man come with any other gospel than the gospel of Yahshua, he is accursed. Acts 4:10-12, to show that Yahshua the Messiah name is the only name with salvation. He says,
Acts 4:10.
yes.
Be it known unto you all,
He said, be it known unto you all,
and to all the people of Israel,
and to all the people of Israel,
that by the name of Yahshua of
he
Nazareth,
said that by the name of Yahshua of Nazareth,
whom he
who
crucified,
died, buried, and resurrected, read.
whom Yahweh raised from the dead,
So Yahweh raised Yahshua from the dead, read.
even by him, though this man stand here before you whole,
Read.
this is the stone
Yes.
which was set at the north of few builders,
So the world reject Yeshua,
which is become the head of the corner.
which is become the head of the corner.
Neither is there salvation in any other.
He said, neither is there salvation in any other.
For there is none other name under heaven.
And people hear this, you know. He said, there is none other name. And these same people who are praising Jesus, they said that Yeshua is the original name. And the book says, neither is there salvation in any other. So how could salvation be in the man-made name? If you have something that you have the original and you have a copy of the original, which one would you rely on? Is it the original? And they Christians, they look at us and say, yes man, Yahweh Elohim Yahshua is the original name. It is the ancient and it is the true name. So salvation must be the original name.
That's right.
It is authentic. It is not diluted because Yahweh said in Ezekiel that he wrought or he worked, that it should not be substituted or polluted. He wrought for his name's sake, that it should not be taken out. That's what he said. And that they have taken the name of Yahweh in vain, Christendom, and tried to tell the people that the Messiah is not fulfilled. The Messiah came to fulfill the old covenant that was set up back here, because that covenant was dedicated to the blood of Pulah, and establish a new covenant in our heart, according to Romans 8:1, which is the law of the Spirit of life, which is in Yahweh the Messiah. It has made us free from the law of sin and death. For what this law could not do, in that it was we, through the flesh. Yahweh sending his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh and for sin, to condemn sin in the flesh, that the righteousness of the Spirit law might be complete in us, who are not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. And he says to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. You know what Christendom, what they call righteousness? Keeping the expired law that Yahweh said in Jeremiah 31, behold the days come, said Yahweh, that I'll make a new covenant. Not according to the covenant that I gave to them in the day that I bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they broke. They missed Jeremiah 31, you know. He said the new covenant will not be like the old. And guess which one they keep it? The old. They say disobedient. They are so disobedient. Go and read Jeremiah 31. And the very thing the man said in Jeremiah 31, he said, not according to the covenant which I gave to them, which my covenant they broke, although I was a husband unto them, said Yahweh. He said, but this shall be the covenant, that I'll put my law in their inward parts, and I'll write it in their hearts, and they shall be my people, and I shall be their Elohim. And the day of Pentecost, that writing was done. And 2 Corinthians, the 3rd chapter, he said, do we begin to commend ourselves, or need we any letter of commendation from you or to you? He says, you are the